Hey guys, welcome to the Deansy Boys Show podcast. I am your host, Reece Deans, and this is
Aaron Langmead.
And we are live at the Cardiff Film Comic Con. We are conducting an interview with female wrestler Cherry Bomb, who's been in CCW, Ring of Honor, TNA, and many more. Cherry Bomb, thank you for coming on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, what's it like coming to Cardiff then, at the Cardiff Comic Con?
Well, it's just my first time in the UK, and I'm loving it so far. I haven't had a chance to explore much because I've been so busy. Me and my husband, Pepper Parks, wrestled for Global Force for the past 3 shows, and the past 3 days, I should say, and had the opportunity to wrestle Mickie James for the whole loop, so that was a lot of fun. But so far, so good. I love Cardiff. This is awesome.
Well, I'm glad you're living here in Cardiff, and because you mentioned Global Force Wrestling, now it's Jeff Jarrett's new, let's just say, baby now, or a new company. Do you think it's on the rise now?
Oh, absolutely, for sure. I mean, I think people are really interested in it. I think that they have a fantastic roster, and I think that it's definitely just going to continue to grow and hopefully expand. I mean, they did a tour of the UK last year. It was very successful, and we just, wrapped up this year, and it was really good. So I think it's definitely growing. It's on the rise.
Also with Global Force Wrestling and Jeff Jarrett also founded TNA, which also you took part in, and also you had a few matches with TNA Knockouts champion Gail Kim. What was it like wrestling with Gail Kim?
Well, Gail's somebody that I've looked up to since I started, so having the opportunity to wrestle her was huge for me the first time, and then I went back to TNA for the Knockouts Knockdown pay-per-view and had an opportunity to wrestle her again, which was just awesome. And that time we actually had, we had like 10 minutes, which is a lot of time for like a TV match. So we got to go out there and have like an actual really good fun match. And she's just such an amazing talent, and she's an amazing athlete. And on top of everything else, she's just an awesome person. So it was really great. Hopefully I get to work her again.
Now with TNA, it's now they've had a few financial situations, especially TV deals as well. And especially they're allowing the wrestlers going from brand to brand and everything like that. But also with other brands, you've been to CZW and you're a kind of a familiar face with the company. What's it like for you to be wrestling in a company that's got a reputation for being ultra violent and having so much bombard matches?
Well, the great thing about CZW is that there's a little bit of everything for everybody. So it's known to be an ultra-violent company. It's the Combat Zone. But what I think me and Pepper and G's, we call ourselves TV Ready because we're TV Ready. We bring something different to the table. And I think that initially when me and Pepper came in 3 years ago, the fans didn't really know how to react to us because we were so different from everybody else. Like we're not out there swearing. We're really into going to the gym. We're really into like how we look, and I think that people were really thrown off by that. But now it's gone to a point that the fans hate us, which is exactly what I want. I have had toilet paper thrown at my head.
Toilet paper thrown at your head?
Like, how people throw streamers at CZW, they throw rolls of toilet paper at me. I had a tampon thrown at me. Thankfully, it wasn't used. I had somebody spit their gum at me, which, as a heel, that's what I want. Like, I'm glad I'm getting under their skin. But I also love working for CZW because of the sister company, WSU. I'm the champion there, and I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of girls, and now we're actually taking the title to WrestleCon CZW in Dallas, and I'll be able to defend my belt against Jessica Havoc.
That's amazing. Now with the CCW, the company, you said you've been working with loads of female talent and also with the male talent as well. We've had a few familiar faces coming and going, especially the likes of Dean Ambrose, who was a well-known wrestler in CCW. Now he's gone on to being big time in WWE. Have you met Dean Ambrose at CCW before you went off to WWE?
I didn't know him before he was in WWE. I I've met him since then. My husband actually trained in Cincinnati and knows him, so through him I've like met him. But I mean, CZW, what I think a lot of people don't realize is that the company is like a family. I got hurt when I was there. I broke my collarbone, and I mean, like, my referee, Papa Giorgio, like, he was just amazing with me. Like, the whole locker room was there to support me, and we're just like a family.
Big family as well. And also I want to bring in another company, which is Ring of Honor, which is actually a big name as well, because they had the likes of Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, God, the list goes on and on. You just can't think, you know. What was it like wrestling in Ring of Honor?
Well, the first time I worked Ring of Honor, I think, was 2013, and it was a huge opportunity for me. You know, it's a company that I have a lot of respect for, and I felt really almost like honored to be in the ring. You know, it's the women of honor, like Sarah Del Rey, like Daisy Hayes, like, these are people that really paved the way for us. And it was, I mean, it was amazing. And what was kind of a bummer, I was actually booked for Ring of Honor the weekend after I broke my collarbone, which was just last September. So I was really looking forward to getting back in the ring there, and then, you know, an injury happened and whatever. But I think, you know, going forward, you'll definitely see me in a Ring of Honor ring again.
You said you broke your collarbone, so how did that happen?
Well, I was wrestling Candice LeRae at WSU, and for my championship belt, and you know, things happen in the ring. Like, it was just a freak accident. I fell, broke it, somehow managed to finish the match and win. And when I got to the back, I thought I had pulled my shoulder out, and it wasn't until I got to the hospital that they were like, "No, that's severely broken. You need surgery."
Oh my God! Especially breaking. I mean, I've never broken a bone in my life, and I wish I don't want to break a bone. But man, it must have been painful for you, especially because you go in after an injury, then you stop for a few moments, and then you just think, no, I want to keep going. What was it like for you? Because you must have that adrenaline in you to say, no, screw the injury. I want to get back in the ring. Was it that much important to you to get back in it?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, like, as athletes and competitors, like, you know, injuries are our biggest fear. I mean, like, when we get hurt and we have to stop what we're doing, it's awful. I mean, like, this is what we're passionate about. Like, this is what we do. And so when we were at the hospital, like, you know, I started crying, but it wasn't because I was scared that I was hurt, or no, it was because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to wrestle for a while, and that scared the hell out of me. Like, I've been doing this for 11 years nonstop. So it was scary, but you have to, like, stay positive. And that's really, like, I just really stayed positive through the whole thing. And I had my first match back 3 days ago after 6 months, and it was against Mickie James. Like, you know, you can't ask for a better comeback.
Now, talking about Mickie James, she wrestled at WWE. Now, we talked before the podcast came on, that you had a brief stint with the company. But what was it like going into WWE, and how did you feel when you got there?
Well, you know, I've had the opportunity to do a couple of tryouts with them, and it was. I obviously, like anybody that starts wrestling, you know, you look at WWE as like, that's where you want to be. You know, you want to be at the biggest company, and so obviously, like, having that opportunity was huge, but it was such a great learning experience, and I got the opportunity to meet so many people that have been really helpful, and just to be able to step into a WWE ring was just like, I felt honored. I mean, I know that sounds kind of like cliche, but it really was like a dream to be able to step into that ring, and so yeah, I mean, it was a really good experience.
Do you ever see yourself going into the WWE again? Because I know that Triple H he's got his own little brand, but we could. Well, I can't say brand because it's like its own company now. NXT. Do you see yourself going into NXT one day?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. If NXT wanted me there, I would definitely be there. I mean, like,
they had blue pants, so what about you?
Right, exactly. And I think that they're really behind women's wrestling, and I think that any company like TNA, they're really behind the knockouts. NXT really behind the NXT divas, I guess, right? Same with Ring of Honor, really behind the women. So, like, any company that has faith and, like, looks at women as actual athletes, like, that's exactly where I want to be.
So what does the future hold for Cherry Bomb now? Because like you said, you came back from injuries, now you're in Ring of Honor, you're doing CCW, etc., etc. What are your plans for the future now with any company, and what you're going to be doing?
Well, you know, I actually, I'm booked solid for the next, like, 2 or 3 months. I've got House of Hardcore coming up, which is Tommy Dreamer's promotion. I've got Shimmer, I've got Shine, I've got Dallas, WrestleCon, CZW. I mean, I'm jam-packed solid for the next couple months, which is exactly what we want, right? We want to stay busy. So, I'm just so happy to be back, and I think that there are some things brewing, and I think there are some things coming. So I'm just looking forward to being back in a ring. You have no idea what it's like to be out of a ring. It's like, for a wrestler to not be able to wrestle is like, we go bananas. Yeah. We absolutely go bananas. So I'm just really happy to be back.
Well, it's like, I know I'm no wrestler myself, but I've got friends who've gone to the wrestling industry. Some have made it, some haven't. I've got a friend who's a referee, and he knows loads of people, and he does all these events and that. But now, one final question. Now, in the wrestling talk, right, everyone's, I think one fan said, what's the advice to fans when it comes to going into the industry, doing what they want to do, follow their dreams? What's your message to your fans if they want to become professional wrestlers?
Well, it sounds very I guess it sounds a little bit corny, it sounds a little cliche, but you really have to believe in yourself, because there are going to be so many times where people are going to tell you no. People are going to tell you that you can't make it. People are going to tell you that you can't do this, that you're not good enough, you're not thin enough, you're not jacked enough, you're not pretty enough, you're whatever, you know what I mean? But you have to have belief in what you're doing, and you have to be open to change and to growing and to learning, and all of those things are really important. But at the core of it, you have to believe that you're going to make it, and whatever that means to you. That could be wrestling for WWE, that could be making it on your first indie show, it could be whatever it is to you. You have to believe in yourself. You should never give up. It sounds so corny, but it's the truth. That's the only way you're going to be successful, is if you believe that what you're doing is going to get you to where you're going.
Well, that's all we got time for, Cherry Bond, and thank you for coming on the Deansy Boys show. It's been a tremendous honour for you. And this is Rhys Deans
and Aaron Langmead,
and we'll see you very again soon. And this is the Deansy Boys show. Good night.